And how should we prepare for future typhoons that may hit the country? Even before Typhoon Pablo made landfall in the country, President Aquino made sure all government resources were mobilized to cope with its impact. As proven by events in recent days, cooperation among all units in government from the national to the local level was solid. Response was quick for rescue and relief operations. Despite this, death and destruction cannot be avoided. Why? There's a new normal on how our people should brace themselves for the coming of a typhoon. And joining us tonight on the phone is DENR Secretary Ramon Paje. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, to start off, is the Typhoon Pablo the measure or a new normal in dealing with typhoons? How should our people respond to preparations made by our government, in especially informing them of how strong a typhoon is and the possible impacts it will have?
I agree with you. It is already an indication of the new normal, and this is the type of storms that we should already expect in the coming years. You know, in this preparation for Typhoon Pablo, we believe government is this is an event wherein government was most prepared. If you remember, almost 8 days before Typhoon Pablo, the Pag-asa was already releasing information about the typhoon. 72 hours before that, we were able to predict already the direction of the typhoon, the strength, the speed, the gustiness, and even the size. And I was there in the palace when the president was presiding a Pablo preparedness wherein that the president instructed almost all members of the cabinet, the concerned cabinet members, to do certain things in preparation for Typhoon Pablo. And in fact, 72 hours before Typhoon Pablo arrived, the president has already released the forecast personally. So what I'm saying here is that preparedness is one, or forecasting is one, but heeding the forecast is another. And I believe that our people, the Filipino people, must already accept the fact that this will be the kinds of storms that we will be receiving in the coming years.
So, sir, as you said, Pag-asa is now fully equipped in especially making the exact forecast, and the president was able to inform our people about this. What could be done so that we would be able to heed, especially, or let's say follow what is to come and try to do something about it before it's even too late?
You know, as I've said, the people must get used to this already. We should accept the fact that this is already the common storm that we will be receiving, especially in Mindanao, because, you know, Mindanao is not used to this kind of typhoons. If it happened in Bicol, you know, in Bicol, 6-hour warning is already enough to make people prepared. But in Mindanao, as we experienced it in this Typhoon Pablo, our people were giving warnings 48 hours before the landfall. And the reception of the community was quite, they cannot accept it when you are giving warnings when the sunlight is very much present in the area, in Mindanao particularly. Masyadong maliwanag pa yung araw, pero winawarningan natin sila there will be a very big typhoon coming. And the people is having difficulty accepting that. But what we're telling them right now, that this is now the new normal, and our equipment are quite precise, that we can already predict the typhoon even 48 hours or 72 hours before.
Okay, so how about the geohazard maps, sir? How crucial are they in determining hazards to the safety of our people? Especially, you're saying that this is going to be the new normal. How can local officials make use of these maps in issuing warnings to people, especially living in communities threatened by floods?
We have these maps already for almost 5 years. In fact, you can click our website and this is already downloadable. And what we're just telling them is, please study this carefully, because this will be your first defense. It's your first defense. You can ask, maybe not the local officials, but the the staff, the planning officer, the disaster risk management officer, can study this carefully so that when we give the warning, for example, what we did lately, we plotted the typhoon path over the geohazard maps, and we were able to calculate the number of barangays and even sitios which are flood-prone and landslide-prone areas, and we were able to communicate this to them. If they know or if they religiously read these geohazard maps, they will see that they are right inside these areas which we have identified. And therefore, with a 48-hour warning given to them, they can easily evacuate.
Okay, so should there also be a sustained effort, let's say, to dredge rivers to ensure it reduces the threat also of flood waters to communities along riverbanks?
That is also necessary. Really take time. But what we are seeing is that the geohazard maps can be their first defense.
So far, sir, how are the local government units responding to this? Can anyone just read or interpret these geohazard maps?
It is quite easy to read it. Just download it. If you have time later on, download the map, read the legend. It's very easy. You read the legend. If it is red, it says the red color are the areas which are highly susceptible for landslide. The purple color are the areas highly susceptible for flash flooding. And the other colors are moderately susceptible and so on and so forth. But the most critical colors are the red and the purple colors. And if you try to check, for example, New Bataan, which was hardest hit in Compostela Valley, you will see that New Bataan is right inside the purple color, is specifically Andap, Barangay Andap.
All right, sir. How about a final word from you, especially with the changing weather that we experience and to come, especially the new normal that we are talking about?
We do not want to, forewarn our people, especially this time, but we would like to tell them that, as we have said, we will have more of this. This will be the common occurrence. This will be the new normal. The water in the clouds now has gone tenfold. The speed and the strength of the typhoon, dati it's 150 is already strong, but now 250, 280 will become a normal occurrence.
All right, thank you so much for joining us tonight on NewsLife. That was DENR Secretary Ramon Paje. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.